Happy Sunday, everybody. It's not just any kind of Sunday, guys. It's Mother's Day, and you're here spending it with me. Yes, Mother's Day. So cute, right? In the morning, you wake up, you see the kids, love you, mommy, and you're just there, and behind, looking, and all that's running through your head is
MILF! 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 You know?
pretty much, yeah. But thank you all for being here. Appreciate you guys. It is, like I said, not just any Sunday. So those of you hanging out on Mother's Day, it means a lot. But tonight, big show, of course, we got a very special guest, one of my buddies from the Comic Con podcast. Unfortunately, it's not Milton. Nope. But we've got the more handsome devil, Nemesis. What's going on?
I am not special, bro.
Yes,
I am
you
the
are.
farthest thing from special.
Well, yeah, no, you're special. You're special. How was your weekend, bro?
It was good. Went to a show yesterday. Hung out with my buddy Scott Palachek at the Phillipsburg Comic Con. Then went up to my buddy Comic Dunes' shop. Hung out there. Did the experience on YouTube. Check that out. It's like a home shopping network type of thing where they do auctions like from all different types of channels and retailers. And then we just were bagging and boarding the new collection that you just didn't want to buy any Sonic books for.
Yeah. Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. No, dude, you were calling last night. Unfortunately, dude, my kid was pooping. Like, you literally called and my kid's pooping. I'm like, dude, I gotta go. He needs help. But anyways,
we called Greg. Greg talked to us on the IG phone for about a half hour.
Yeah,
but obviously it was like early for him.
Yeah, it's true. He's way behind on time compared to us. I think it's like 3 hours. But yeah, no. So huge collection. That was insane. Like, what is it? Jam Comics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you guys haven't yet, go check it out. Jam's Comics, dude. Sickest collection. I think they've picked up this year, hands down. But besides that, you've been busy, bro. Like, every weekend when I talk to you in our chat, like, you are at a new show. It's either you're in Philly one weekend, you're in Jersey the next, you're in New York the one after, Washington. I don't know how you do this. How do you pull it off?
Very quickly, and you get back before the wife knows.
Yeah, exactly. But besides the point, you have terrific con up and coming, bro. We're all counting it down. We're all counting it down. But you're setting up this year. You're setting up.
Yes. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, we'll be in Artist Alley. We will have 2 tables. The podcast will have 1 table. We're bringing our buddy V. Ken Marion. We have an exclusive cover. We're waiting for final approval. Not showing it, not telling it, but it's a banger, and it's absolutely rad. I don't care what it's gonna be. Hands down, it's gonna be the best-selling variant for this book.
You think so?
I know so.
There you go. Okay.
It is amazing. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, it's dope.
So, like, given we're boys, you're gonna leak that, or I don't even get that special treatment? Nothing. Wow.
It's not even gonna get leaked until the week before. Literally amazing. The week of, maybe.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what it is, man. Okay, indie book.
Yeah, it's an indie book. Well, cause I don't have big money. I'm not a baller. I can't do Marvel and DC books, bro. Like,
don't lie. I've seen the collection. But anyway, yo, you're not just dipping into comics. Those video games, man. You have been hitting us up in the chat. Final Fantasy like crazy. You're picking up all kinds of random games that I've never even heard of. And like, dude, I know you pick up off of what's the auction place? The Heritage auction.
Heritage. Yeah, typically I get the graded stuff off of Heritage. But then most of the other stuff comes from like eBay or shows I'll go to, shops, whatever, and they're sealed. If they look good enough, I'll send them in the grading. I just got back a ton of like 4 games, 2 of them 9.8s, a 9.6, and a 7.0. But the 7.0 is an NES game sealed, so I don't care.
Dude,
1989, I think it was.
Your wife must be questioning so much when she sees, parcels after parcels at the front door. But yeah, no, it's awesome, dude. The video game stuff, man, I've always wanted to get into it. I know we've spoken about this in the past, but like, for me, it's just difficult. Like, one, I didn't keep any boxes. I'll be honest with you. I was a kid. I played the shit out of my game.
Of course.
But like, I don't know, man. It's one of those things where, like, this happens to be close to me because I was playing it on the plane. But but yeah, like, I wouldn't be able to send this in and just never be able to play it again. I don't know. It's just, I collect my games. I do. I know you do as well, in a different fashion. You still have your originals.
Most of them, yeah. But again, it's just carts. So
yeah, exactly. Exactly. But yeah, video game stuff. But we're gonna talk comics tonight. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. Yes, the hot topics, some that I know Justin is not entirely excited to talk about, but they did take place this week, especially the CGC stuff, which we'll get into. There's some interesting stuff for upcoming FOCs, though, right? We're gonna get into some of the covers that I guess we could say have been reused, exclusives to now regular price covers. So we'll get into all that fun stuff. But before we get into any of that, we're gonna say hi to the chat because Derek is here with his rocket ship taking off. So I appreciate you, Derek. And then we've got Love for Comics. Love for Comics, dude. Nothing but love for you, man. Appreciate you being here. And then we've got Michael Baker. That's right. We got the Baker Shaker tonight, guys. The market list is filled with Baker Shakers again, man. We have a lot of cool books to discuss tonight. Not just top 10 stuff, but yes, we're gonna get into some of that fun stuff. Cliff on comics. Cliff, my brother is here. Appreciate you, Cliff. I think Cliff's gonna be at Terrificon, if I'm not mistaken.
Nice.
Yeah, dude. We gotta get everybody at Terrificon. Like everybody.
Yeah. Cliff was at King Kong.
Yes, he was.
He rolled by the booth. Yeah.
He said hi to you.
Probably.
There you go.
Probably
So that next,
everybody.
yeah, next time, I'll hit up Cliff and be like, when you see him, just from me, just say it's from DC.
Yeah,
from DC.
there you go.
You're at every convention, man. Who else we got here? We got Gear Up. Yes, Armin, one of the best, man. Pressing cleaners in the game. Definitely hit up Gear Up 260 if you're up here in Canada. Send your books to him because, swear to God, he's always done great work on my stuff. So I'm not plugging for no reason. He actually does my books. Yes, finally. BC late, but finally showed up. Okay, no problem. I appreciate you being here, Chiapet. And of course, Christian's in the house. We got Shop for Comics in the house. Another dude. Shop for Comics does some cool things over on IG. I don't know if you've seen it, but he tends to do some art of people within the community. Shop, you gotta get this guy. And I have a character for you that you could maybe
way.
Yeah, use for him. The promo picture from last week sucked me in. Yeah, I don't think he saw it yet, so let's not talk about
I saw it.
Shit,
I'm
okay,
not
you
gonna
did.
talk about that.
I thought he was gonna massacre me. But yeah, we've got oh wow, bro, he came in with booze out the gate, but Paperweight's in the house. Yeah,
He's upset because I said a book was bad this week.
Yeah, it was the Robin one, eh?
Yeah.
What was it called? I
Garbage. The Boy Wonder.
The Boy Wonder.
Absolutely garbage.
So if Justin hates it, I totally have to.
I'm sorry. Listen, you can like it. There are people that I love. Damien. Unfortunately, it's just not a great book. It's not a DC Black Label book. It's just not the drawn. It's not drawn like all the other DC books have been for the Black Label stuff and written. It's not that matured content that I've been expecting every book that comes out for the past 4 years.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a read. Now you both
do it.
My interest. But yeah, I'll hit you both up and be like, we'll see who I side with. But Steph's Comics is in the house. Yes, cause of the rock and roll. Steph, always killing it, man. Picking up some awesome books. He's doing some sales over on his second Instagram account, which is East End Collectibles. So go check that out. We got Anthony DeBonis in the house. Anthony, what's going on, bro? Dude, appreciate you swinging by. We need to discuss a few things related to podcast stuff because I know they're doing some of the cool stuff over on movies and stuff like that. But look, I'm a wrestling fan. He's a wrestling fan. Justin, you're a wrestling fan. You were watching wrestling last night.
Yeah, Friday night.
What were you guys watching? I saw Roman Reigns on there when you.
Oh God, it was like King of the Ring from last year, I think. Yeah, it was like King of the Ring from last year. We were watching before when Priest won it.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Oh yeah, no wait. Priest won King of the Ring, or did he? No, it was Money in the Bank.
Oh, Money in the Bank. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Money in the Bank.
Yeah. But yeah, see, wrestling fans podcast. We'll talk.
Sucks.
Yeah, Nick Sarti's in the house. Appreciate you, Nick. Of course, we got Pacino in the house. Another brother, dude. His wife became a mom for the second time not too long ago. So congrats to you guys. I know you're on zero sleep, so the fact you're even here, I appreciate it. JF Collectibles, guys, keep an eye out for this guy. You know this guy, Justin? No idea. Eh? No idea. Okay, I'll let you in on this later on after the show.
The troll account?
Sorry.
Is
No,
it a
it's not a
troll
troll
account?
account. It's
Oh,
a
okay.
legit account. Cliff on Comics saying CGC JSA label is gorgeous, just like our two hosts tonight. Yo, stop. Are you gonna make me blush? You're gonna make me blush. Comic Ozzy's in the house. What's going on? Yo, Ozzy, again, guys, I can't stress it enough. Go check him out, especially on Whatnot, because he's got by far the most fire sales on Whatnot. Sick books. I still don't understand how you come across such awesome gems, but shout out to Ozzy. Jay Margolis, what's up, everyone? Oh my God, Boy Wonder fucking sucked. So there you
See?
go. Yeah, the score is 1-0 Justin. It
No,
seems.
no, man. I got Cliff on there too. He said it was garbage. So
Oh, Cliff too. Hold
we're
on.
at 3-1 because the only person that
Jeez.
I've heard that enjoyed it is Paperweight. So
Hilarious, absolutely hilarious. But yes, Michael Baker is sending me a reminder, guys. We might kind of like we did with the Spawn 350. We're gonna have probably a live finishing sale on the show tonight. So we're gonna keep an eye out for it. I won't spoil it yet. There's 45 minutes, so I'll pop it up within the last 10 to give you guys an idea. But all right, let's get into it, bro. We're gonna kick it off with some of the FOC picks of the week. Before we do, we gotta say hi to Dale Suspense. Dale absolutely crushed it over on 22 Comics' channel with his collection. Go check it out, man. I did some collecting uncensored with 22 Comics this past week on Thursday night. Support 22 Comics. Go show some love and subscribe to his channel. Phil's in the house. What's up, Phil? Appreciate you being here. But Justin, I was talking about the FOC picks of the week. You know how I do. Are you ready? Ah, fuck. Exclusive stickers. Exclusive, right? They're exclusive.
man, I don't know who got these. Where could you get one of these?
That's hilarious. Yo, I can't believe you made those. Where'd you have them? Which convention? Which con did you have those at?
Every con. They are given out at every con.
That is fantastic. I appreciate that. But FOC selections of the week by our brother Lefteros. And of course, this is for a week of May 13. Now, guys, go visit comicnation.us to get yourself these FOC books, whichever ones you think you want to pick up. And of course, use the discount code Black Crown for an additional 5%. So you get 15% off. Get yourself an extra 5 with that discount code. And we're kicking it off with Batman 148. Now, I know you were not a fan of Robin, but are you currently reading the Batman stuff and all this fail-safe stuff that's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chip's awesome. Chip's doing a great job.
Apparently, this is possibly the first full appearance of fail-safe Zuri's sidekick. Now, I've been out of the loop, bro. I'm being completely honest. So I won't even sell this at all. Like, so this is all you. I'm gonna lean on you here for Batman.
Yeah, he appears in like one panel right at the end at 147. It's like it looks like an evil Tim or evil Jason Todd Robin. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, but although I may not be up to date with what's going on in this book, I will tell you that this incentive is insane, dude. I think this is a wonderful cover. Of course, it had to be the thumbnail because dude, one punchline's not really, well, I don't want to say not relevant, but obviously the hype has died down. Like, dude, I watched that Hell Arisen 3 get sold today for $65 Canadian in a CGC 9.6. Like, that took a tank.
Yeah. I think I recently sold my 9.8 for just over 100.
Oh, geez, man, that is insane. But this wonderful cover, dude. I think this is great. So, yes, I have to catch up on Batman. I've been slacking. But besides that, you're a gamer. I like to believe I'm a gamer. I stopped gaming. I became a dad. That's what happened. I still play every now and then. But Cult of the Lamb #1. This is based on the critically acclaimed video game. Now, critically acclaimed. Look, I did check it out. It's pretty interesting. I know we were talking a bit about it backstage, but the graphics look great.
It's your typical dungeon crawler. That's all it is. It's
you played it, right?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you the story too much into it because I play so many games, and it's just they go in through one ear and come right out the other when the next game comes, and I could just be like, I don't know what Final Fantasy VII, that was over and done with in like a month and a half, and then this, things move.
Yeah, you ripped through that Final Fantasy remastered, but yeah, this video game comic now, like I said, I didn't play the game. You said you played it and it was rather good. I'm going to take your word for it. I might go back to try it. If I'm not mistaken, it dropped, about a year ago?
Yeah. It's it's like it's on PS4, like Switch. You can get them on all the systems.
Yeah, and there's also a neat 1 in 100 incentive. I think the incentive is a great spin.
That's
Yeah,
gonna be a tough find.
yeah. I don't imagine many shops ordering 100 copies of this book. So
God,
yeah, I didn't check the pre-sales, but I'd imagine it's probably already up there. So if you do come across one and your shop has one at a good price, it's not a bad idea to pick it up. Like I said, I don't think many shops are ordering 100. But all right, let's move on because we got Batman 89 Echoes #3. This is the cover B. Now, of course, I think this it's safe to say this is everyone's favorite Catwoman,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah. Dude, more than Anne Hathaway. I thought she looked good.
Yeah, but she haven't really have any covers. Like they haven't really done a cover type of with her.
Yeah,
There's nothing like really shown.
yeah. No, nothing.
Nothing
Absolutely
Dark
nothing.
Knight Rises.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm missing some of the comments here. Yeah, I just want to say hi. We got Dan Torre in the house. Appreciate Dan being here. We've got Trev in the house. The Tony Fleeks cover for that game book. Yes. I did see that one. Hyper's in the house. Who else we got? Did I miss anybody? I hope not. I apologize if I did. Was paying attention to Justin. I was zoned in on him. But yes, so Batman 89. Now, this is the first time hearing about this. So it's Falling in Love on the Path to Hell. This is obviously issue #1, the cover
Mhm.
A. Love story about a samurai and a gunslinger. Jesus. But I did see Image posting about this. And they're saying don't say we didn't warn you type thing. So who knows? Who knows? But I mean, I guess I'm intrigued about a samurai and a gunslinger and a love affair, I guess. I'll pick it up for the read. I'm not going to speculate on this or anything. I'm just going to give it a shot, but we'll take it from there, I guess. You?
Yeah, I read all the #1s because that's what we like to do on the podcast. We're more readers than just kind of showing covers and dollar figures. So Zach and I read pretty much we try to get as much as possible to read it, to give it to you, to give it to all of our listeners. So of course I'm going to be picking this up, and there's a lot of other #1s that are coming out that um that just aren't even on these lists.
Yeah. So you're talking about for Image, right?
Oh, everything.
Yeah. Yeah,
Everything.
no, there's
Vault,
dude, it's a
Scout, like whatever we can grab, like anything that I read on the solicitations, the synopsis. I'm like, you know what? I'm definitely gonna check this out. So
yeah. Well, like I said, this one seems a little bit interesting. I will give it a read. I'm curious to know what you're going to think. Maybe we'll have a battle kind of like yourself and Paperweights for what's called the Robin book. I already forgot what it's called.
the boy Bunder.
Yeah, the Boy Wonder. Okay. Anyways, but all right, moving on from this. Scarlet #1. Now, dude, Energon Universe, of course, being the Energon Universe, everyone's loving it, including myself. But new Energon Universe miniseries featuring Shanna Scarlet O'Hara. There's this cover. I'm interested in the connecting. The connecting looks great, but dude, I feel like this is going to be a big rabbit hole. I don't know how many covers are going to be for this connecting. I'm hoping it doesn't surpass 4, but yeah,
Hmm.
most likely will. And then, of course, the one in 250 incentive. Dude, 250 is up there. But David Mack. Now we know David Mack has been doing some of these covers already, so there's no surprise here. But the surprise is apparently it's a spoiler, so I'm curious to see who's going to be on this cover. So I'll be keeping an eye out for that. I don't imagine you'll be going for the incentive. You a fan
No.
of the connectings?
So I mean, if you're looking at cover J, that's got to be ratio. There's no way that a black and white is going to be just a cut, just the FOC cover. I would assume that's got to be at least like a 1 in 25 or a 1 in 50, and then they'll have a color version.
Yeah.
No way that they would just do connecting covers in black and white.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I didn't see anything about an incentive, but I do see this one and obviously the cover A. It's an open order, so there you go. Yeah, it is an open order. Both versions. Cool. But all right, let's move on from that, dude. So the last 1 in 40 of this took off, right? The Usagi Yojimbo, the Crow. This is #3. Now, kind of like you were saying to me backstage, where you were saying, like I asked you straight up, do you think this is gonna pop, just like the last one? And your response was,
Nope.
yeah. Reason being,
Because people are already onto it.
yeah.
People are already
Well,
in this. No.
I still don't think most shops are going to order 40 copies. It's just the same. Like I know, like I was telling you, Hyper was having a hard time. Well, not a hard time, but like he hit up an LCS here, and like he wanted the 1 in 40, and it comes down to like, hey, you got to up your order type thing because they don't have that many people buying Usagi Yojimbo, right?
No, no,
Yeah.
definitely not.
But I'm just curious because I know issue 1 did some numbers. I'm just checking now. I want to see, out of curiosity, what the 1 in 40 is for this one. Okay, we're already at 130 Canadian, so it's not too shabby on pre-orders. I think that's fair, ish. But all right, let's move on from this. We've got the facsimile edition of Mad Magazine #1 now. I'm not the biggest fan of facsimiles, but I mean, do you ever imagine yourself getting a copy of the original? No, I personally don't. So if you want to give it a read, why not? I think it's a cool little pickup.
I'd rather not waste. I would rather take the $5 and buy a better book than a Mad Magazine facsimile.
You're gonna buy the Usagi Yojimbo for
Yeah,
$5
because it's not a #1. I'd rather buy #1 than I want to read something.
I feel you. I feel you. But let's move on from Mad Magazine. We're gonna go to Penthouse Comics because, dude, okay. There was the issue 1, right? That had picked up with the I think there were 1,000 copies in print, something like that, with the model on it. And they've been doing this for several issues, but Penthouse Comics #1 has a cover E variant. I guess I'm not the biggest fan of this cover. Your thoughts?
I don't know if you're, just go buy like a porn mag or go online.
Oh,
Man.
stop it! Stop. Okay, get the what was the Dr. Afro exclusive? There you go. There you go.
Buy my old Mad Love or buy any of Mad Love Comics and Art stuff, man.
Yeah,
On
there
the
you
insides.
go. But yeah, so I know the Penthouse Comics, like I said, some of those like limited prints on FOC have been doing pretty well on the secondary market. They go up and then they come back down. But if you're into that, this might be a cool pickup. And besides this, we've got Spider Boy #8 because yes, Spider Boy is still ongoing, guys. Surprise, surprise. But this is the main cover now. First appearance and cover of Puzzle Man. Look, I'll be honest, dude. I think it's a fun read, although it's not my forte. Like, this isn't my cup of tea. Spider Boy's been all right. I mean, I would let my kids read it when they're a little older. But Puzzle Man, I guess, neat concept. I like the cover though. I think the cover is cool. Nothing. I feel
No,
it. I get it.
Not on covers and first appearances in Spider Boy.
There you go.
I mean, I feel like as a community, if we're talking about FOC for covers and first appearances, we're in the wrong hobby.
Sure. Let's move on. We're gonna get to Thanos Annual #1. Now, for the read, this 100%, I'm on board, and there's a shit ton of nice covers. Look, I say it many times. I'm not into the foils, but when it comes to the foils, I do. The Thanos one is sick. Like, it's a sick cover, but I think the Rose Besh is up there as probably one of my favorites. What was the other one? I mean, don't get me wrong, the cover A is nice. Thanos is going on another quest to find the Infinity Stones. Now, I'm interested. I'm intrigued. I'm curious to see what's going to happen from here. What are your thoughts?
I read the last one, and it was very. You knew what was coming. You knew who he was chasing after, and I'm sure it's the Infinity Stones. Like, we're in the same boat, right? Nothing new with Thanos, doesn't change. The Jeff Lemire, Donny Cates run is probably the best one that you're going to get for a long time.
Yeah, you're not wrong on that. I don't disagree. Yeah, okay, hold on. And no, Anthony, the Frank Miller Thanos is. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I did order. I just love Thanos, bro. There's no way. But yeah, so many nice covers. I'm looking forward to reading this one. But besides that, now, Justin, I know how you feel about this, especially when we enter the 6th printing for Ultimate Spider-Man 1. Dude, I'm a sucker. I got reeled in because I did buy a few copies of this because, dude, Ben Parker is my guy, man. I grew up on Scarlet Spider. It was one of the first comics I purchased. So anytime I see something Scarlet Spider, I tend to get reeled in. Yeah, and Chichetto, I just love the way he's drawing Spider-Man. So yeah, this is an easy sale, and now I want to collect them all. I fell down the rabbit hole. I fell down the rabbit hole. Shame on me, eh?
It's your slides, bro.
Yep, I feel you. Thank you. I'm buying this shit now. Ultimate X-Men #4. This is the main cover. First appearance of New Earth 6160 mutants, dude. It doesn't end here when it comes to the covers. Obviously, there's cover appearance over here on the left and on the right. Now you have the Peach Momoko on the right. You got the Hetrick on the left. Ultimate X-Men. I'm having a hard time. I am having a hard time. How are you?
Everyone is. It's terrible.
Yeah,
it's an absolute awful read right now.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing. Hopefully, look, I want to give it at least 5 issues. That's the way I'm like zoned in on this. I'm like, okay, let me give it a chance.
You're going 3 more than me, man. I was out after 2.
You stopped, yeah.
I was like, I'm done. Can't do it, man.
Well, I'll let you know.
Not the way to do with the Ultimate X-Men. I get it. You want to try something new, but
yeah,
it's just tough with the art and story.
Yeah, it's just it's completely it's just completely out the box. Not that being out the box is something that's bad. It's just like it's not at all what I expected when it came to the X-Men. And I think maybe because I had expectations in one way, thinking it was going to be something at least along the lines of what I was expecting, and then we go totally different. Yeah, I don't know. Chiapet, yes, the Panini version, and I know you're talking about this one here. So this is the poor man's version. That's us, the poor men. So we're gonna get it that way. We got Guy Forge who just popped in the house, man. Guy Forge, happy Mother's Day to you mothers. Yes, appreciate you swinging by, especially on Mother's Day. Guys, if I missed anybody in the chat, I apologize. Like I said, I'm pretty zoned in on these slides, but we're gonna get to Deadpool and Wolverine World War III. This is #2, of course, the main cover, first appearance of Greta, but I just need to point these out, bro. That dude. Okay, the movie variant is hilarious. I think it's funny, but I think obviously the Super Mario homage, or we'll just say the 8-bit. I think that's the one that is just a pure winner, in my opinion.
Yeah, Matt Waits does his little that's his new thing. He's been doing these variants just for a while now. He's done a lot Avengers AI and throughout the years, and then he works with some guy that produces fake variants for some random books. So
yeah, and it's not the first time we've seen Deadpool in an 8-bit. You remember the other one? Well, there was Contest of Champions with Spider-Man. I don't know if you remember that one where they're like fighting on it. Yeah, so there was that one, but there's also the actual Deadpool one, and that was like the Super Mario loading screen or something. Like when you select player 1, 2 players, or whatever. That one did relatively well. So yeah, I'm picking this one up 100%. But guys, those were the FOC picks of the week by Lefteros. Of course, go support, follow comicnation.us, go visit the website, get yourself 5% off of the order by adding discount code Black Crown, and it's already discounted at 15% on all FOC books, so you'll get 20% off your order. And of course, go check out Cover Price, the best comic book price guide around. And guys, go sub them up. They're doing content over on YouTube, so go check out Cover Price over on YouTube as well. Justin, we did FOC. We did it. But the market report. It's time, baby. It's time because there's some cool sales, some fun sales. Hopefully we'll get to a live sale. Like I said, I'm going to try to pop up the link. But yeah, it's a big book. It's a big book. You're welcome.
One of these days I got to take over the FOC and give you some real good titles to pick.
You want to do FOC? I think we're doing FOC.
I think one day I'm going to have to pick up some FOC stuff.
Done. But just make sure you use the discount code Black Crown. Great coverage, BC, as usual. Appreciate you. Now, we're going to get into the market report. Like I said, some fire books. I'm going to ask you again, sir. Yeah, there you go. I love it. All right, market reports, CBSI, Cover Price, eBay, Go Collect, Key Collector, whatever list. I'm looking at the books, and of course, I pick what I think is just fun to talk about. Other than that, it is what it is. And of course, we got to shout out Michael Baker because he's been bringing the fire, the heat every single week with the Baker Shakers. So hang tight because there's a few awesome books that we're going to look at tonight from the Baker Shaker. Now, They're going to kick it off with number 10 on cover price because Uncanny X-Men 333 hit the list. And now, of course, first full appearance of Bastion. Raw highs are hitting $28 US. And look, you've watched X-Men 97, right?
Of course.
You're up to date. Chat, I assume everyone's up to date. I mean, Bastion is no spoiler at this point, but $28 for a book that I swear to God, I think everybody has passed on a million times over in the dollar bins, the $2 bins. I've seen this at highs of $4. You know what I mean? But it's cool to see such a book take off. Now, Bastion, in my opinion, in X-Men 97 is so incredibly well done in the animated series. Like I'm loving it. I loved it. You got Mr. Sinister. You've got Bastion. You've got so much stuff happening within this animated series, dude. I keep telling everybody that if this is the only way we get them, like the X-Men, if this is X-Men MCU, I'm happy. You know what I mean? I'm almost scared to see it in live action for how much they're killing it in the animated series.
Yeah, this book is weird because it's a time when like Marvel was, in bankruptcy and shit. I was out of comics at this point for at least 2 or 3 years, so this was like the downfall of all the stuff. X-Men, Spider-Man, Fantastic Four. This is a weird time for all these books. So
yeah,
low print runs and nobody cared. So yeah, that's why they were in the $2 and $3 books or bins.
Yeah,
for the past 10, 15 years.
Yep. And here it is picking up some steam, of course, like I said, thanks to X-Men 97. If you guys aren't up to date with it yet, I hope you guys go watch it because, yes, exactly. Second season is coming. I'm worried now because what's his name? The Mayo there. He's not on that after season 2, right? So, like, if they're going to go a season 3 without him, he brought the heat, bro, for season 1. He really did.
Well, I'm sure a lot of it has already been done for season 2, like where the story is going to go, and
yes,
all it is just a little bit of changes. But I'm sure he's cemented at least the first 2 seasons.
Yes, the first 2 seasons. I'm saying if we go season 3, you know what I mean? Like, I hope they find somebody who could live up to that standard because he nailed it, bro. But anyways. Uncanny X-Men 333. Now, Blood Hunt number 1 hit number 3 on cover price. It was also over, I think, on CBSI. I did see it on Key Collectors trending. Now, Blood Hunt number 1. This one here is the Red Band edition. You get the first team appearance of the Blood Coven. And raw highs are at $16 US. Justin, I remember when it came out, we were talking in the group chat and I was like, dude, for me, like the Red Band is like the way to go. It had more impact. Did you have the opportunity to read both?
Yeah, but it wasn't too much, so whatever. It's not going to change the story too much. It's going to change a panel here and there.
Yeah,
I don't know how they're going to go do it going forward. Like, is it like 1 page? It's all it's going to be, right? Is it going to be like
that's the thing. You're not wrong, dude. It's you're paying $1 more for this Red Band, right? And you're getting different art. You know what I mean? But it does, like I said, for me, it did hit a little harder, especially like the last panel in issue 1. So I was like, oh, okay, well, that was a lot more aggressive than the non-Red Band. But yeah, we'll see how they continue to go. But I'm gonna stay on board the Red Band the whole way. I think it's just.
But are you doing both? Are you doing both, or are you just doing the Red Band? Because what happens is now if you're doing both, that's how Marvel's getting your money. They're getting your money from changing one panel for people to buy both. So it's like whatever. If it's $6 and then $7, now you're into the book for $13, which for 1 page.
Yeah, no, exactly. I get what you're saying. There's like Chiapet's saying, there's a few pages that look, even issue 1 first page has guts versus no guts. It's cool, but will I say that I'm buying both? No, like I said, I'm on board the Red Band the whole way. I'm just gonna buy the Red Band and stick to that because I enjoyed it more as of issue 1. For issue 1, I got both because I was curious to see the differences, right? But I'll still check the differences online. I'll read, digital copies of the regular one just to see what the differences are. I'm scared they're gonna slip in something, you know what I mean, on the regular and be like, oh, look, we have, the first full appearance in this one, and the other one, forget. I'm like, fuck, you know what I mean?
God.
Wouldn't surprise me, but regardless, I don't think that would happen. So I'm just happy to see this, that, this is not options or anything. There's no spec behind it other than, the first team appearance of Blood Coven, and even at that, I just think it was an awesome read. So far, I'm on board the Blood Hunt. But all right, let's move on. We're going to get into the video game stuff because this guy right here is a big gamer. And of course, Dark Souls, The Breath of Andalus #1, based on the video game by From Software. CGC 98 sold for $300 US. It was a cover price shaker, but Justin, I don't even think I need to ask. You have played Dark Souls, right?
Yes, and I absolutely hate the Dark Souls games.
Yeah. Okay. Did you
They
play
are the
all?
worst of video games. Dark
Did you?
Souls, Elden Ring. Yeah, they're all
Did
terrible.
you? So I've played Dark Souls 1. I skipped 2 and I played 3 for some reason. I think I don't know why I had Dark. Oh, I think it was a sale. There was a sale on like Xbox 360 or something, and I don't know. It's just, I think what happened was because the first time I played it was on PlayStation 3, and having played God of War, it fell so flat, right? I think if a game like God of War never hit, maybe it would have been like, oh my god, this is a pretty good game. But I don't know why I always compared the two. I always compared the two.
Listen, the games are great, but they're super fucking hard, and it's just like I feel like after a year they should patch it where people that just want to enjoy the story and see the awesome bosses, like
Yeah.
let us change the difficulty. Like now Elden Ring's been out for a year, they're coming out the DLC in June. Like now's the time to be like, hey, we'll let you change the difficulty so you can enjoy the game. Like, because
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go crazy. I was following some guy. I think he's been playing it for like 250 hours and just beat the second boss. He's
Jesus.
played yeah. And that's how I feel. Like I want to enjoy. I've seen the villains or I've seen the bosses, and you're just like, yo, these are so cool. But I'm not gonna like throw my controller at my TV and smash it because I can't beat some random little boss.
There's only one game that manages to get me to do that, where I want to throw the controller at the wall. It's NHL every year. Every year. It's just the worst shit ever.
I gotta stop the show for a second, man. There's this guy that's in the chat who's been trolling me. Newbie Comics.
Oh, this guy, yeah.
Yeah. Can you boot him?
Yeah, let's boot him. Boo! No, what's up, newbie? Appreciate you being here. He's still going. Look at him. I appreciate you. But all right, let's move on from Dark Souls. Actually, wait, I gotta say hi to Lindman, who's here. So, Lindman, appreciate you swinging by. But we're gonna move on to the next book, which is Poet Anderson, The Dream Walker #1. Dude, this immediately caught my attention. Obviously, I'm biased because I'm a huge Blink 182 fan, and I had no idea that Tom DeLonge put out a book. And when I was reading what this how it came about is apparently in 1999, the guy had a nightmare. So Tom DeLonge, and it doesn't surprise me, right? He's spoken aliens, he's spoken so much stuff, but he had a nightmare in which he managed to take that event, that nightmare, and kind of make a story out of this. And this went on to become like a 15-minute short film. And lo and behold, turned into a comic. Now, the comic was only available on his website of tothestars.com. And it's still available there for digital download, but you cannot find physical copies. In fact, I was just curious to see, because I saw a raw sale go for $200 US. I'm like, man, how many 9/8s or any slaps exist in this book? There's 198, 196. That is it. I wonder if Tom DeLonge even owns the 9/8. Like, I'm like puzzled by it, right?
My own book,
So
right?
I'm like, damn, like there's not many out there. So if you guys have the opportunity to come across this book, I think it's awesome that Cover Price managed to pick this up. Obviously, I was not aware of this, so again, rather cool. I did see a lot of Funko Pops available on eBay, surprisingly, of this character, Poet Anderson. But yeah, did you know about this?
No. There's a few bands that have comics that I read every now
Yeah.
and then. Obviously,
Coheed.
like Coheed's book, The Emery Wars. And that's been going for quite a while. I'm surprised like Claudio's book hasn't like popped for as old as that series has been.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But yeah, we got Raging Cajun in the house. Yes, Kings, brother. Next year. Right now, it looks like the Rangers are. I don't even want to say it out loud, but the Rangers are doing their thing, man. Yeah, Newbie Comics must be so happy. Question for the panelists: what are you doing September 8th? But all right, let's move on because
what's September 8th?
I have no idea. Spider-Gwen #1. Dude, I know you're a big Campbell fan. Now check this out, okay? J. Scott Campbell, exclusive from obviously the website. Raw copy. Now this is a ROM, but what you're seeing here is a signature, and you're also seeing a remark that is there. It's sold raw for $1,500 US. That is absolutely insane. Baker Shaker this week. Dude, you love your Gwen stuff. You do?
You know that. You've seen the books.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, you have like I think you must have purchased every exclusive. Do you have this one?
I do. Signed by Campbell in a 9.8.
Yeah.
Would I pay $1,500 for a raw copy that's signed and a remark? Probably not.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm not a big fan of buying raw books, especially with that like a remark. I've had the opportunity for other things. I don't know. I'm just like bougie. Like I need it to be graded, like sketches. Can't I can't just like leave it in like my collection.
Yeah.
It needs to be in a
Now,
slab.
yeah,
Sorry.
Michael Baker actually sent me a different copy, and then when I was checking the eBay sales, I was like, "Holy shit!" Because the copy he sent me was a slab, like you said, and I think it was around the 1,000 US mark. And then
Mm.
I came across this, I'm like 1,500, dude, and the sale is legitimate. I was like, "Holy crap!" So yeah, this one took the slight edge, Baker. I just wanted to put it out there. Yes, Chiapet Rangers are definitely killing it. J. Scott Campbell, Gear Up would be all over this, 100%. I know he's a huge fan. But
Knicks got whipped today.
who?
You see the Knicks game? They got whipped.
No, I didn't. I didn't catch it, dude. I literally
Wow.
had family over until about 5 minutes before we went live. So like, I just ran downstairs and made sure to hop
Yeah,
on.
they got destroyed today.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, there he is. Gear Up saying 100%. But up next, we got the Pink Panther #1. Yes, a Golden Key comic. First appearance of Pink Panther in comics. Now, dude, I'm actually rather surprised that a CGC 6.0 sold for only $365 US, considering the time it's come out, and of course first appearance of Pink Panther. Now, of course, I don't know if you're a fan of Pink Panther, but 365 seems rather fair.
I'd probably think because it's nothing's going on.
Yeah.
The Gold Key stuff has tons of first appearances.
Yeah.
Everything from like Stars Trek, Space Ghost to shit like Astro Boy and everything in between from like Hanna-Barbera. But
Yeah.
Pink Panther is just like, unless you're really like a big fan, that's why you're buying it right now and hoping something happens. Maybe I don't know, but
Yeah.
collect what you love what you collect.
Yeah. I know. Look. I'd be proud to put this up in my collection, 100%, dude. I'm not the biggest Pink Panther fan, but I did
Hmm.
enjoy Pink Panther when I was a kid. Inja saying she's late. It doesn't matter. As long as you're here, appreciate you swinging by to come hang out with myself and Justin, of course, talking comics. Now, the next one is Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers #1. Yes, from when we were kids. I watched the shit out of Chip and Dale's. I don't know if you did. Not the Chip and Dale's that they have in Vegas, guys. I'm talking just this. So 70 Universal CGC 9.8s exist on census of this book, and a 9.8 sold for $150 US. Michael Baker bringing this to my attention. Pretty cool. For 150 US, man, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. I mean, it's more on the nostalgia, right? It's going to hit me 100%
Oh, of course.
just based on nostalgia. But it's not a book that I would go out looking to find. If I do find it in the wild for cheap, 100%, I'm picking it up.
Yeah. Somebody really wanted Gidget in a 9.8.
Gidget. Yo, W Vogs is in the house, man. What's going on, Vogs? Appreciate you. I love Chip and Dale. Yeah, dude, this takes me back, man, to when I was a kid. So, the Inspector and Sylvester need to get the Panther and the Bird. But all right, let's move on from Chip and Dale. We're gonna hit up, dude. There's been a theme going here. Last week we spoke about a Venom book as well, a Venom variant. This week, Uncanny X-Force #20, the 1-in-50 ratio, Venom variant, CGC 9.8 sold for $1,000 US. Baker Shaker. I know Hyper came across the X-Men. What's the issue? Was it 35?
I couldn't tell you the cover. I mean, I know the covers, but I don't know the issues of each.
Yeah, because Lords were talking about it as well. Lords of the Long Box, and Hyper posted it, and he's like, yeah, he found it for dirt cheap, but it seems like these books are going for crazy money on the secondary market, man. $1,000 US in a CGC 9.8, man. Yep. Love for Comics saying that's nuts. 1,000 for an Uncanny X-Force. Yes, it's insane, dude. Did you ever fall into these?
I think I've had the Hulk. That's the only one I've ever found out in the wild. Like the Iron Man one. This obviously one is like the best. To me, this is like one of the best ones. Nah, I've never really seen anything else out in the wild. They're always up on the walls. So
Yeah.
But I sold it. Like this was a time when variants were, no stores were ordering 50 copies of books.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly the thing, dude. Is like you don't come across them as often because of that. Like,
Yeah. Middle of the run, X-Force went 35 issues. Like who's ordering 50 copies at issue 20?
exactly. And yes, the Venom variants popping off. Jeb colliding with me, Hyper, Gregory World now. Yeah, dude, it's nuts. But let's move on from this because Mighty World of Marvel 198. Yes, if this is the poor man's solution, in my opinion, because it's the United Kingdom reprint of Hulk 181. The reprint is within this, and CGC 5.5 sold for 480 US dollars. Another Baker Shaker, a book he brought to my attention. I had no idea they had such a reprint in the United Kingdom of this book, so it's pretty cool to see, man. International comics are, they tend to do well, man, especially for such a big first appearance, right?
Yeah, if you could find those older ones, I've seen some pretty cool covers. I have a couple like Star Wars ones, but obviously modern stuff is way different than that, 60s, 70s. There's so many different countries that do that do these first appearances, and they're cool.
Yeah.
You can get them.
There you go. Super scarce. Yeah. But yeah, man, like I said, I had no idea this even existed. Hawk, what's going on, man? Hawk, appreciate you. Happy Sunday, happy Mother's Day. Yes, to your family, your moms, your wives, everybody's families and wives here in the chats. Appreciate all of you. Yeah, before Ramita adjusted, it's true. Hey, I didn't notice that. That is a good call there. I didn't see that. But yeah, so this is a neat book. I like this one, but Vampirella #1, origin and first appearance of Vampirella. CGC 7.0 sold for 1,136 US dollars. Another Baker Shaker. Hey, Vampirella fans are out there. They're
Yeah,
out
this is a
there.
tough book, man. Especially
Yeah, it
because it's
is.
magazine format. Super
Yeah,
tough book.
yeah, exactly, man. But again, I'm not entirely surprised by the sale, right? Like $1,136 for this book, and this came back out like back in, I think it was 1969, somewhere around there. Um, so yeah, dude, like a 7.0 in my eyes is like more than a fair grade for such a book, especially if you're a fan of Vampirella. Yeah, I think
Old
it's a
school,
good buy.
old school Frazetta. Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah. JF's in the house. What's going on, JF? I don't know if you saw they had some anniversary one or something. Shout out to Comic Nation because they actually hooked me up. It was the 1 in 100 incentive. Which was kind of more or less this cover as well, which was super nice. I gotta find it. I gotta find it. I'm gonna post it on IG this week, but super nice cover. But yeah, Vampirella #1. Now, I had to go with this book. I had to put it up there, bro. And if you're wondering why, last week, myself and Hyper, we were talking, and we I don't know why we went off the rails, and we ended up putting up the video of Michael Jordan's commercial with his mom. Did you ever
Hmm.
see the commercial with his mom? And then she goes for the slam dunk after
Oh, of
talking.
course.
And
No,
dude,
90s commercials are the best.
the stunt double is so drastically obvious, bro, and it's hilarious. I could watch it 1,000 times over. But yeah, man. So when Baker sent me this, I was on the floor. But sports superstars #1, Michael Jordan on the cover, of course. CGC 98 sold for 200 US dollars. And now there's only 3 CGC 98s on census of this. So that's pretty, I guess, impressive or scarce, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, dude, if you're an MJ fan,
I like on the top right hand corner, it says unauthorized and proud of it.
yes, it does say that, man. It's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Great cover. But there's many other athletes that they have within this run on covers. But yeah, I just felt it was hilarious to put up after last week. So yeah, best commercial ever. I couldn't agree more.
I feel
Man,
like we
this
should
is
just watch NBA commercials. Can we watch like old school like Grandmama and Little Penny? Because I was a
yeah,
Penny Hardaway fan, so
yeah.
we could do that all day.
Kamikaze is saying Frazetta greatness right here, talking about the Vampirella. Of course, man. Yes, old school Frazetta. It's just an awesome, awesome cover. But all right, back to games. One of my favorite books in my collection, The Legend of Zelda #1. Now, of course, nobody's buying the book for the fact that it's the first Valiant brand emblem on the cover. Nope, nobody cares. But CGC 98, 850 US dollars. I think that's not so bad considering the fact that we've gotten such news. And I have seen sales above this many times
Mhm.
in the 4 digits for CGC 98s. There are the second prints. There's a no price variants. There's all of those that exist as well.
Mhm.
But the first printing sold for $850. Dude, are you a buyer or are you holding out right now on Zelda?
So I have a second print and a no price variant.
Yeah.
I If I come across one, I don't mind like not getting it in a 9.8. Like I'm cool with like a 9.6, like just to have it. But yeah, yes, it's like the first ongoing, but it's not his first appearance, so I'm not like I need it in a 9.8. Like I'm cool with the 9.6.
Yeah. Same. Mine is a 9.6 as well, I think. Yeah, it's a 9.6 first print. Oh, okay. There you go. I have the first print. You have the second, the no price. Terrificon. We'll get them together and build the Triforce of the slabs. I think that
I
would be
saw a
amazing.
no price yesterday at a show. It was a CGC 9.8. He had
Yeah.
actually a bunch of he had a bunch of cool books. Like he had the Mario, he had the Metal Gear Solid, so a lot of good ones.
Do you recall what he was selling this one at?
The no price, I couldn't remember. I didn't ask him because I had it, so it wasn't like something to ask. And I hate wasting time. Like because all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna put it back, or he's just gonna tell me the price and be like, thanks. You know, like I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
wasting time.
Yeah.
I'd
You don't
rather be
want to.
digging in long boxes.
That's fair. That's fair. I thought he had like the book up there with like the sticker on it and the big, the big. Here's $3,000 book. Buy right
Yeah,
now.
I should have asked if I knew you were going to throw this book on the list. I would have asked yesterday. So
Oh,
let's
it's
go
fine.
back in time. I'll come back next week and I'll let you know.
There you go. Okay. The DeLorean's in the driveway, or did you leave it outside? But all right, let's move on from this. We've got Fantastic Four #5. Now, origin first appearance of Doctor Doom. I'm sure many people right here love this book and wish to own it, but even in such a low grade, CGC 2.0, $3,350, man. The Doom hype is definitely there, but regardless of anything MCU related, this is always going to be a big book. It's Doctor Doom, man.
Always. This is a key book. This will never go down. This is always going up. People are always wanting it. And shit, 2.0, like that's wild. Like 2
Yeah,
to 3K. Oof.
I know, but again, $3,350. In fact, I'll give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek because the book that we're following tonight over on eBay is about to end in about 4 minutes. It's actually the Incredible Hulk #2 in a 2.5. So I'm curious because I was looking, obviously at the Doctor Doom book and this one here. First Green Hulk, second appearance of Hulk. So first appearance of the Toadman. But yeah, I'm curious to see what this one's gonna sell at. Right now, 4 minutes left. It's hanging tight at $1,226. So we'll get back to this one in just a bit. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. All right, back to this. We got one more book to talk about, and in fact, this is Spawn 250, the 1 in 100 ratio by Scotty Young. Now, CGC 98 sold for $475. I am going to tell you guys, and I'm sure no one's surprised, Michael Baker himself actually bought this book. That's how we can confirm the sale. But Scotty Young fans, of course, dude, Spawn, it's a milestone issue. Scotty Young, 1 in 100. I'm not surprised to see it at $475, man.
Mhm. Yeah, I remember when my LCS ordered 100 copies to grab this many years ago. So
They went 100 copies just to get this one.
yeah, just to get this one. And he was not even ordering. He doesn't order Spawn a lot. Like he would order like 5 or 10 copies at the most at this time. I remember because I was like working there part time and we were looking over books and he was just like 100 copies just to get this. And I go, I'm sure you can get like $250 for it. And he ended up getting, good money for it.
Good, man. Yeah, dude, because look, I'm not saying it in a bad way, but I just don't think anybody would, especially at 250 was picking up over 100 copies of Spawn, right?
Mm.
Shops kind of like we were talking about with the Usagi book, right? Very few. Obviously, the big ones, Midtown and stuff like that would probably be hitting 100 copies, but for Spawn 250 to hit this number, I'm not surprised. And Michael Baker got himself a nice little book here. So shout out to Michael Baker. That's how we are going to wrap up the market reports. Shouting out Michael Baker. Actually, I lied. Justin, I have a surprise for you. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I do. You went shopping over with Comic Dunes and you picked up some Sonic books. Did you pick up this one?
I did not. We were
Damn
waiting
it.
for you to get back to us.
Yeah, well, Sonic the Hedgehog #1 sold in a CGC 96 for $265 US. Baker Shaker. This is the first ongoing Sonic series. Of course, he did have himself a little bit of a mini, but this right here, I didn't know this. This book sold. There's no barcode at the bottom. You see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's the other one that has the barcode, which is the regular, and this is considered the non-regular.
Okay. So
Yeah,
is it
no.
abnormal?
No, well, not abnormal. I'm assuming maybe there's a slight difference. I guess we'll go with the newsstand or whatever it is. But like all I was seeing, and I was checking all websites. I'm like, wait a minute, I never noticed this. I didn't know that there was a different cover for it, right? So, yeah, it was just interesting to come across and see that. Okay, there's two different covers that exist, so you got to look out for one with the barcode, one without. I don't know what the price differences are in between. It doesn't seem like it's much of a difference, but $265 for a 9.6. I would say it's relatively fair.
I don't know. That's kind of high, but whatever.
Yeah. I think it's for the fact that it's not the regular one. Cali Comics is in the house. Cali, what's going on, brother? Appreciate you being here. Cali's an awesome gentleman, so go definitely follow him over on Instagram. Now, Justin, it is about that time that we check out the live sale, which is going to end in literally 10 seconds. But before
1350. We're going
Hold on.
1350.
You're going what?
1350.
You're calling 1350?
1350.
You must be in your DeLorean again. He probably went to the future. Let's see. Oh, what?
Ooh, 1276.
1276 was the ending. Not bad. That was not bad. Cool. All right. Last segment of the show. Oh, okay. We got, you said 1350. We got some saying
Damn,
2K.
2K. That's a lot.
Yeah, I expected a big jump at the end. I'm not gonna lie. I think that was a pretty.
I think that faded cover did it. Even in a 2.0 and like good color on a cover,
Yeah,
would have pushed that book higher. But
there you go.
Fading is like ugh.
Hyper saying that the barcode version is the Canadian price variant until we meet again. Adios. Yeah, exactly. It is pretty cheap, man. Not the dramatic jump that we were anticipating. Yeah, at all. At all. But Justin, for the last time, I'm gonna ask you, sir, because we're gonna talk hot topics. Are you ready? Yeah, he's ready. He's all ready. All right, hot topics of the week. Now, we gave you a little bit of a briefing at the beginning of the show as to what we're going to be talking about. And of course, CGC and some other stuff, some Marvel, Disney crackdowns that are taking place. So let's get into the fun stuff. But we kicked off the week with this news right here because we got the first look of David Corn Sweat as Superman. And yes, this still managed to piss people off. Dude, I saw so many comments. People were like, bro, this picture's AI. This is horrible. What is going on? And then I saw other people complaining that he's wearing the Superman tighty whities. He's in the underwears, as you can see. Some people saying the suit is too tight. It's too this, and I'm like, what is? Dude, I actually saw one person say that in the background it's Godzilla from the latest movie.
I've seen a lot of like redone AI Photoshop things. Yeah.
Hilarious. But yeah, some people upset. Look, this isn't the biggest news. I mean, it's just we're getting a first look at it. I think it looks awesome. I'm excited, dude. Regardless, are you putting faith into the future of the DC cinematic universe? How are you feeling with the build-up so far?
I'm literally just going in with just like everything future for Marvel is just I'm just riding with it. I'll see it.
Yeah.
I'll enjoy it. I mean, there's other movies that have been coming out and probably going to come out that have been like stellar, like that are just completely different that I didn't think that were going to be really good. Like literally today I watched Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. It was a really great movie. It was a really great follow-up to the original trilogy, and the original trilogy done by Matt Reeves is amazing.
Yeah.
I was like new director, but it really stood its own ground for this new series. So
sorry, you watched it in theater?
No. Oh yes, of course. Wink, wink.
Yeah. Sorry, but yeah, I was thinking of going to watch it because I did see it. I might go watch it on Tuesday. I got my my buddy messaging me here, but yeah, dude, exactly like you, kind of like you said. I'm just keeping my expectations minimal. I'm just gonna ride it out. I'm excited. I mean, like he looks great, cool. But I don't know why people got upset. So whatever it is, I just saw so many people roasting in the chats. But the remakes of this photo is what made it for me. I think I saw so many good ones. The one, like I said, is of Godzilla in the background. That one made me laugh. But yeah. Anyways, let's move on because music to Justin's ears. Marvel won't release more than 3 movies and 2 shows per year moving forward. Although I think that you may think this might be too much regardless. But according to Variety, Bob Iger announced on the company earnings call that they're cutting Marvel's output. We're slowly going to decrease volume and go to probably about 2 TV series a year instead of what had become 4, and reduce our film output from maybe 4 a year to 2 or a maximum of 3, he said earlier this week, and we're working hard on what that path is. Now, it's not the first time we hear about this. I mean, we've heard earlier this year even that they were moving this direction. Is it surprising? No. I think it's better. I think it's better for everybody because do you remember they were talking about burnouts? They were talking, the
Yeah, of course.
creators. There was just so much going on. There was a lot of shit. Unfortunately, quality wasn't there. Quantity was there, but the quality wasn't. So look, we have one movie this year, Deadpool. I'm okay with that. Look at the hype. Look at the hype. So
But I feel like this is, I mean, what they're saying is the same thing. Like,
yeah,
if you look at the movies for the past 4 years, it's always been 3 movies,
yeah.
right? So it's like, and like, I don't really understand his quote. It doesn't make sense because we've gotten 3 movies every year. Like, if you want to trim it back, do 2 and 2. Like, it should just be like a movie and then a series and then a movie and then a series every quarter.
Yeah, dude, I think that would be a fair pattern. You know what I mean? Like you said, 2 and 2. But yeah, no, like even this year with just one movie is what I'm saying. Like I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? If that's the direction that they end up moving forward with, like, sure. As long as quality is there. Now, when you look at what's up and coming though for the MCU, I don't know how they're gonna manage to do that because we had the strike. There's been delays. Now you're looking at all these upcoming projects. I think a lot of them are just going to get axed. That's really what it's sounding like.
I don't know what's getting, I mean, like what, like the show wise?
Well, example, everyone fears for Armor Wars, right? I almost feel like that's just never going to happen. I know everyone's anticipating Blade. I don't think he gets axed, but like I hope that's something that they're going to put quality into rather than just try to bang out a project just to satisfy people. I mean, we've waited long enough. But yeah, it's just 3 movies, 2 shows is what they're saying, and I agree with you. I mean, it's not entirely different than what we've gotten before. We've had some years where we've had that. We've had years where we got like 4 movies. But yeah, I'm okay with, like you said, 2 movies, 2 shows, or 2 movies, 1 show, even 1 movie, 1 show per year. I'm okay. We got X-Men, and I'm like I told you at the beginning, I'm more than happy if that's all we get of X-Men in the MCU, dude. Thank you. Like, just keep it going because the animated's been great.
Agreed.
But all right, moving on. Casting news. Yeah, people went bananas because Galactus got casted, and it's a Ralph Ineson. Now, I want to just highlight one thing, bro. He's got the deepest voice I've ever heard. It's beyond deep. It sounds menacing, but I had no idea he was in Final Fantasy, the video game. Did you know that?
The remake?
I think it was for 16 or something.
Oh yeah, he's the, well, I didn't, that's the only one I haven't played. I have it, I've never played it. But
Okay. Well, yeah, I was, because when the casting went about, I was like, man, I'm gonna just take this and like this guy's name, see what he sounds like, see what it is, because I don't imagine he's gonna be Galactus in full
Mhm.
form. Obviously, it's gonna be mostly CGI, and we're gonna pretty much get the Thanos treatment, right? But yeah, I don't know. Voice wise, it's a great casting. But I guess we can finally put to bed all the rumors that were going on with fucking Antonio Banderas. We got so many random casting rumors that we've been talking about for months, but now we finally have confirmation. So I think I'm just happy to see that. Hey, Izzyverse is in the house, man. Check out Izzyverse. I'm supposed to be going live with him tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, where we're going to talk some other sales that took place. So looking forward to hanging with you. But yeah, we are okay with it. Studios and theaters aren't okay with it. So yeah, talking about what we were talking about earlier, they aren't axing, they're just spacing out. I hope. But yeah, man, do you care for this character? Not character, for the casting at all?
No, I like I said, I mean, just let the movies come out and let people enjoy it or not. Like he was good. I liked he was a voice actor in what was the movie? It was a couple years ago. The Green Knight. He played the
Oh,
Green Knight.
okay.
And it was like deep, and I could see him being Galactus, like just
Bro, this
kind
guy,
of
like,
wingman.
over here we got Cineplex. Cineplex is the big theater, and of course we've got D-box seats where you can get like a full experience with the moving seats and stuff like that, right? The seats vibrate when something happens. You don't need that. This guy's voice is gonna shake the fucking theater in like full surround sound. So there you go. You saved yourself some money with this casting. I look forward to it, man. Can't wait. But let's get to the big stuff, because obviously this was the big talk of town within the week. Now CGC finally introducing the new CGC with JSA authentic autograph label. So first and foremost, the label does look super nice. I will say, and Justin, I know this is a touchy topic because you just sent your books to CBCS not too long ago. But look, this is a good conversation to have, because you just sent your books to CBCS. Does this make you feel a certain way now that CGC has
I'm
officially
pissed.
launched it? Will you still send to CBCS or?
Uh, so the only reason why I sent my book to CBCS was because I won a auction on KRS Comics Whatnot sale of a sketch done by Warren Lau and signed by him. So obviously, I can't. There was no way. I tried to work around it being signature or verified or authenticated and getting a grade. So I ended up just sending it to CBCS to have the signature authenticated, and I just did it under the art. Like I didn't even do a grade.
Yeah,
Whatever. It's the only way I would actually enjoy displaying it, because but again, like we had this conversation like when I had the book, and then I was just like, oh well, that's not happening. And then obviously a week later this happens, and I'm like, kind of want my book back because now
yeah.
I want to send it to CGC.
Okay, so you pretty much answered the question with you would prefer the CGC label over the CBCS regardless. Now it's
Yeah, but I don't typically, yeah, but I don't typically would have done this. Like this is probably the first time that I've ever bought a raw sketch
yeah,
and like sent this in. I mean, there's just times where like you have, whatever sports people that have signed books, right? Like that's
yeah,
different, and you can't get them authenticated, or I don't, there's gonna be a lot of like Jack Kirby stuff and maybe
yeah.
Stan Lee stuff, so Ditko stuff. So.
Yeah, of course. Now, great question, because Love for Comics is asking, what does CBCS charge for the add-on? I'm not too sure. I've not submitted. Do you know?
It's for like verification, I think it was like, or authentication, whatever you want, it's like $25.
Yeah. Which,
Like 25 or $30, like to verify that this is like this person's signature.
yeah. Now, what's cool about this is, yes, now it's officially ongoing, but unfortunately, this is the only thing CBCS really had going for them. So I kind of feel like this is pretty much the nail in the coffin. Now, just to give you guys some breakdowns as to what the costs are, introductory pricing for JSA autograph authentication is simple, only $25 per autograph, no matter the fair market value of the book. So that's pretty cool. I like the fact that it doesn't matter what the value of the book is. I think in time we might see that change. Don't be surprised, because they already do it with with the regular books, right? JSA to also grade the autograph. Now, as you can see, the top label, that's just the book itself. I think it's a very clean label, looks awesome. But then after, you can get the actual autograph graded. I don't know how I feel about that. But it's an additional $25 just for that, dude. So $50 in total to get both the actual, I guess, grade of the book, plus if you want to grade the autograph. How do you grade the autograph? Is it the fade? You know what I mean? Is it the ink? Is it like, I'm just curious. I want to know more, right?
It's that, like if you have a signature from 1995 and then they have a signature from 2005, like of course the people change their signatures a little bit. Like it's going to be, if it was a quick private signing type of thing where they're just like
Yeah.
running through their signature constantly. I mean, like I've seen just scribble like on some things, and you're just like, all right, it's
Yeah.
authenticated.
Yeah, gear up. That's awesome. Yeah, smudges will get a lower grade. That makes
Um,
perfect sense. 1995 was a great year. Um, but yeah, man, it's pretty cool to see that they're doing both the grading for the book and I guess if you're into grading your actual signature, um, like how Stanley signed degraded over the years of full
gonna
thought.
happen.
Yeah, exactly. The grading of the autograph is about placement, colors used, and similar stuff. Look, to be honest with you, I'm not too crazy about that. I'm. Not, this is just me talking. You might be into it, and there's nothing wrong with that. But personally, I would just be happy with the $25 to get the book graded. Call it a day. I think the label looks amazing. In fact, I wish this was the actual yellow label for this for signatures. Um,
Mm.
not the authenticated ones, just the ones we've had up until now. So pretty cool. I dig it. Looking forward for the first submission I'm gonna do. Yeah, and gear up. That means I'm talking to you, bro. I plan on coming to see you soon. But yeah, all right, let's move on because we're gonna get into the big topic that we were talking about earlier. I saw you dropped it in our chat, and I had come across this too. And this is I don't know. It seems like they're alienating. Well, not alienating, singling in on one person. But we'll talk about it because Marvel Studios is finally sending their lawyers after the anonymous social media scoopers over various leaks. That's right, guys. All those leaks we've gotten, well, somebody might be in big trouble. It seems Marvel Studios has finally had enough of the online anonymous social media scoopers as they've issued a DMCA subpoena to discover the identity of the person operating the one account in particular. So, the accounts, well, according to a DMCA, the film company Marvel Studios wants Instagram to share all information that could help to identify the account holder of Can We Get Toast. So that is the account that has been doing the leaks. That includes physical addresses, IP addresses, telephone numbers, email addresses, payment account info. Like it seems they're going all the way, bro.
Yeah. Well, we used to have, Mikey Sutton. He used to provide us stuff, and then there's like Grace Randolph, and I can't think of the other third person that they also use. But uh, let them come down. And it's the way it should be. We used to be back in the day, like trailers would drop, and that's the only thing you knew about it until the movie came out. So
Yeah, yeah. Really, leaks should just go to McDonald's.
yeah,
Uh,
show the
uh,
toys,
yeah.
blame them.
Yeah, dude. But Izzy's not wrong, bro. Like the fucking toys itself last week, we were talking about them. It spoiled a lot of stuff. Not to mention that the toys are coming out and the movie's nowhere close to coming out. So that alone is pretty funny. But yeah, man. And then on the rights, it seems that the whole Brave New World leak is really what put the nail into the coffin. I guess I don't know, or maybe they were planning this for so long and just timing fell that way. But yeah, it seems like this guy's gonna get it, man. The moment they tried to profit over stealing IP, then they got nabbed. Yeah. So there you go. All right. For me, I think this is the big one, Justin. Pretty interesting. I know, we were chatting about it. Zach posted about it as well.
Hmm.
And I was interested to see some of the comments that were dropped in there. But obviously we'll talk deeply about this now. But Marvel goes all out with Wolverine #1 variant covers. Now, first and foremost, I think the Gleason looks amazing. Momoko, I'm just not a fan. But there's one that looks very familiar, guys. Now, if you remember C2E2, yeah, exactly. We had this exclusive that had come out, and Justin, I think you had said you had one, right?
Yeah, I had a CGC 98.
Yeah, dude, it's a beautiful cover. I think John Tyler Christopher absolutely killed it. One thing I want to say is if you guys have not yet, go check out Brian McClay's show, man, where he's talking to everybody within the industry. It's the show's called The Industry of Comics or something like
Hmm.
that. Dude, it's amazing. I tuned in. I was watching the John Tyler Christopher one, and it's so cool to see, people within the industry pretty much pulling back the curtain a little bit. And John Tyler Christopher was talking about how many covers he was pumping in a year. I think he was at like 133 or something like that.
Hmm.
It's insane how many covers they're pumping. But in this particular situation now, and like I said, go check out the show on Brian McClay's channel. But this here, we've seen it at the C2E2. It exploded. A lot of people were like hoping to get a copy, and it was selling for quite a pretty coin. Now, fast forward, we're going to be getting this for Wolverine #1 that's coming out September 11 this year. So on the far right, that's the cover that's coming out and is going to pass on FOC in a couple of months. So they're pretty much reprinting the cover with subtle changes, as you can see. Now to the left, you have the Panini Mexico foil that came out earlier this year, which was literally a few months ago. Foil reprints, especially, you know, those El Mole, whatever it's called,
La Mole.
La Mole.
La Mole.
The way you pronounced it sounded so Italian, dude. You took away all the Mexicanness of it. but yeah, man. So we did get the foil, but you do see the subtle changes, right? You see the shoulder. Obviously, it's a totally different costume almost. So I guess we can give it a pass, but do you feel this takes away at all? Because it's not the first time we see this, right? We've seen many exclusives turn to literal, you know, regular cover price covers afterwards. There was the one with Harley Quinn and Joker. Remember that one being an exclusive as a foil, and then it passed FOC for DC as a foil like months later or something.
No, I don't recall that one. I mean, it's just, it sucks because it is the same artist. Like,
yeah,
the fact that, yeah, it's the fact that it's reused art again. It's, and I don't know what, you know, what John said on Brian's show regarding this. Like, I didn't get a chance to watch the whole thing, but yeah, this is really stupid, and it milks, you know, or it waters down the other covers, and this is what we've seen in the past. And I think anytime they do these, like Panini does the Mexico variants or the foil variants or the Lamoli variants, like it waters down the original. Like they did the Spider-Gwen Peach one. Like that's
yeah.
an amazing cover. Like the selfie cover is an amazing cover, and then they just did the foil version, like because, you know, people can't afford the original, so it's just like, oh, we'll put this one out. Just
yeah. No, I don't disagree. Look, again, I'm happy that there's changes, subtle, but enough, I guess, to make it different. Now, the foil didn't take down the C2E2 exclusive. The C2E2 exclusive still doing pretty well on the secondary market, but when this one drops, look, I think it's a great alternative for somebody like myself who obviously didn't get the opportunity to go to C2E2. I didn't get the exclusive, and there's absolutely no way in hell I'm paying premium on secondary market. So yeah, I think this is a great alternative. Would I say it's better? Yeah, it's more or less the same thing to me. So I don't.
Would you rather have, as a collector, right?
Yeah.
Would you rather have the limited version that's
Yeah.
3,000 copies, or would you want to have this one where everybody can have a 9.8?
I think the fact that, you know, like you said, one is limited to everyone's probably going to get a 9.8 on this one. Not everybody, maybe even 9.9 now with the new numbers. But for me, it would be the original. I would want to say I have the original one where that came out, and then after they pretty much came out with another version. So I wouldn't
start a GoFundMe. We'll get you one.
There you go. Yes, or maybe I should start selling on Whatnot with you, fuck, because you're killing it. But yeah, man, it's interesting, man. Like you said, it's not that it's entirely stupid. I mean, they could do what they want, right? Kind of. I saw somebody say this in the comment section as well, which it is true. They could, but it just sucks, man. It sucks for people that are pretty much getting. Like for me, I think the foil one is worse than the actual reprint at cover price, which is different, right? It looks different, so we can say, okay, it's a slightly different cover. It's not one of those situations where it's a second print and it's just a color swap. It's you know, minor tweaks that are being done, but I think the foils are actually worse in my opinion, where it's like they're taking the exclusive and just throwing you a foil. Like, here's the foil and you can get the same book. I don't know, but yeah, man. So Justin, chat, that was the show. Rather quick, an hour and 18 minutes. We did it. Now, Justin, it's that time where we say goodbye to everybody, but before we do, I want to hear from you. What you got coming up, man? You're going to more cons. You got the Comic-Con podcast, of course, every Friday. But tell us more.
Oh, you just did my plugs. Let's make fun of Newbie for the next 25 minutes.
25 minutes. Yo, I'm down. let's open a Newbie segment.
Let's do it, man. I don't know if he's still in the chat. Probably not. But you know, we could find him. We'll bring him back in the chat. We'll make fun of him for a little bit. I'm good with that. No, so like Mr. BC said, you could find me every week, every Friday, the Comic-Con podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts. We do comic book stuff. Obviously, you know, it is a comic book podcast, audio only. We do drop his stuff on YouTube, but it's really just to Not really to bump up numbers, just so we have obviously, we have to have a YouTube channel if we ever want to go live, right? So that's the reason why we just upload stuff there. Upcoming stuff this week, I will be recording, and then I'll be at the 3 Minute in a Basement comic swap. We always have community members on, which is always awesome. I have a pretty awesome guest next month at the end of June, and then we look right into Terrificon. So,
Well, there you go. Yeah, Terrificon, dude. It's creeping up pretty fast. We're already mid-May, man. So lots of hype building up around that. We might do, guys. If anyone's going to Terrificon, Rocksteady put out an awesome idea about a T-shirt swap.
wow, that's
So
great.
yeah, we might go down that path. Justin, we got to make it happen. Random swap of T-shirts that everybody has to wear for one particular day. So I'll let Rocksteady handle that. I don't want to take over, but I am going to plug it, put it out there. Just a feeler going out.
Mhm.
So there you go. But guys, that was the show. Hope you guys all had an awesome Mother's Day, had an awesome weekend. Tomorrow, I'm supposed to be hanging out with Izzyverse. So definitely go sub to his channel. I know he's still here in the chat. There he is. So go check him out tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to be hanging with him. And next Sunday, of course, I'll have another awesome guest to talk all of the fun stuff about. But I do want to let you guys in on a little something. This May 27 marks 1 year since I launched the channel. So I am planning a little bit of something special for everybody who has subscribed. So hang tight. Might be doing a nice little giveaway for everybody, just a giveaway show. Like no, I'm just gonna chat, hang out, and give shit away. So my way of saying thanks to everybody. So stick around for that. And yeah, until then, I will catch you guys next Sunday. Have a good one. Adios. Peace.